Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kyra and today we are going to do a good old-fashioned get ready with me using almost all brand new products to my collection. I love watching this type of video because I feel like I get a bunch of first impressions in one video, plus the fun of a good old try on, get ready with me type video. So I wanted to share all of these new products with you today. I'd like to continue to do this monthly if possible. I may not always have close to a full face. In fact, I can almost guarantee it. But I just love this type of video and I hope you do too. And with all of that said, let's go ahead and get into it. All right, let's get started. For primer, I took a recommendation from Andrea Mattiliano, and it is the e.l.f. Oil Control Primer Mist. And she recommends that you spray it into your hand, and I agree, it has a very direct mist that would not work very well for, getting an even application all over the skin. And it says, this water-based primer mist preps skin for smooth makeup application, and the lightweight formula helps reduce shine and oil for a more matte look. And I would have to agree with that. I use about 4 sprays into my hands and just go ahead and apply that, focusing on the center of my face first and then spreading it out to the rest of the face. And then another primer that I acquired, which is kind of funny because it's considered a dupe for another primer that I used in my last new product, Get Ready With Me, and that is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, yes. And this is supposedly a dupe for the Tatcha one. I've heard that it's not really a dupe, but either way, I mean, I've only used this once or twice. It does have a similar feel when you apply it to the skin. I'm just going to apply this, where I have enlarged pores, which would be my nose and kind of on the sides of my nose. And, like I said, this feels similar to the Tatcha one in terms of how it feels on the skin and during application. I just use my fingers in here, probably not the most hygienic thing that I could do, but it's mine. And it works fine. I don't like digging at it. I just like, rubbing my finger in here and then applying it where I need it. Alright, next is foundation, and this is a foundation I have tried before, and I also went ahead and picked it up as a point perk at Sephora. This is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Invisible Cover Foundation. This is the exact shade I tried before. Was in my Sephora Play box. It says Ultra HD Foundation feels like a second skin but still provides medium coverage, and the light diffusing formula looks natural and makes skin look flawless and feel moisturized. And that's kind of what I remember about this foundation is it's just very lightweight. I remember that I got this in my Sephora Play like during the time that I was like, holy crap, I might be oily or combo, but I cannot do any more matte foundations. And I think that's kind of where we're getting to overall. I mean, there's obviously a lot of people who still love a full coverage or matte foundation look. I think we're just overall seeing a movement in the beauty community where we don't feel pressured or obligated, which is kind of a weird way to say it, but we don't feel pressured or obligated to follow the trend of, full coverage matte foundation. So I just think that's cool. I'm glad for it personally. So again, I'm going to be using my HelloFab Bendy Avocado Concealer. This is the best thing in the world for hydration. But along with that, I mentioned in my last new products, Get Ready With Me, that I need a brightening situation, but that Maybelline Age Rewind is just so dry on my under eyes that I don't think it's the one. I may use it up at some point, I may not, but I did go ahead and pick up another Emily Noel Made Me Buy It product, is the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer, and I am liking this. This is the product out of all of these products that I've probably actually used the most. Some of these are so new, and then others of these are, you know, I've been using them for just a little while because they're like an everyday product versus a color cosmetic product. The only thing I will say that I don't like about this I just did it. This e.l.f. concealer, it is super messy, and it does that thing when I push the doe foot in. I frequently find little splatters of it all over my vanity, and it just not my favorite thing. I know I've heard other people complain that the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation, does that, and it does, you know, as you get further down in the bottle. Yeah, I love this concealer. It is definitely a full coverage concealer, which is why you saw me only apply a dot. And then I kind of start at the inner part of my eye and work the lighter shade outward and then work my way back in just to distribute that lighter shade. I mean, it doesn't budge. I feel like the combination of these concealers, I can definitely get away without setting them. Bendy Avocado by itself, definitely not, but paired with this full coverage, and it's not that it's dry. Like, I don't want to, by saying that it dries down to where I don't have to set it, I should say it sets. It's like almost self-setting. For powder, this was a Marshall's find, and this is the Laura Geller Baked Balance and Glow Illuminating Foundation in the shade Light, which looks like this. It's really pretty. It definitely has glowy bits to it, and it definitely has a little bit of a yellowish tone, but I do have a warm undertone, so we'll just see how this looks once we get it on. I got this for a steal. Like, they had a whole bunch of Laura Geller products at Marshall's recently, and I had to really control myself because they had quite a few blushes, they had some highlight duos or something, but I just picked up this, and I picked up the Baked Blush and Brighten in the shade Sun Swept. I don't know why I showed you the outside of the packaging. Isn't that cool? For the bronzer, I'm going to be using the Natasha Denona Bronze and Glow little mini duo thing. We have Glow Extreme and the shade Blush. I don't understand. So Glow Extreme and Blush. The thing I do like about this bronzer so far is that it has a reddish tone to it, and I love a red toned bronzer. I feel like it's really, really flattering on my skin tone. I find that it looks more natural on my skin tone because when I do get sun, it doesn't look like straight up brown. It looks like reddish brown. So I really, really love this so far. And I'm glad I got the mini. I'm trying to do minis as much as possible when I can because, got a little highlighter there. I have so much. So where I can do minis, I like to do minis. I mean, this is a beautiful product. It blends like a dream. I barely have to blend compared to some of my other bronzers. Highlighter, it's gold, but it has some kind of, I don't know. It is really pretty though. For the blush, this is something I've been wanting for so long, and again, this is the Emily Noel Made Me Buy It purchase, and it is the Beauty Bakerie Cotton Candy Champagne Blushlighter palette. Emily's been using this non-stop on her channel. These are so beautiful. You have, and I think the names are super cute too, 24-hour champagne diet, sip sip hooray, stop and smell the rosé, and no champagne, no gain. I love it. I'm still figuring out the best application for this product, but I think today we're going to go into no champagne, no gain, and I don't know. This is one where you really kind of have to buff it into the skin, I think, and I don't know what the best way to do that will be just yet. But look at that glow. Like, absolutely no highlighter. And they are called blush lighters, so that is the point of these powder products. But literally, absolutely no highlighter needed. In fact, I don't like to put highlighter over this because I think it takes away from that beautiful glow. All right, we have come to eyes. I'm going to first prime my eyes with the Urban Decay Primer Potion. I have a couple of new palettes, and I kind of struggled with which one to use, but I ultimately decided to use my Tasty Avocado palette from iHeart Revolution, and I just want to use it again. I do have a 3 Looks 1 palette coming up for you, but I had promised Norvina 3 Looks 1 palette first, so I'm going to have that one up first. I'm going to first go into this shade called Creamy and kind of set a little bit and get us started in the crease transition area. And this is definitely a palette where you don't have to set your primer, but I do want just that little tinge of peach. I think you can tell the difference maybe, depending on how good my editing skills are. And then next, I'm going to go into this shade called Toast. My girl Anya and I did a row challenge, kind of like a palette bingo, but you pick a row instead, or at least that's what I did. Did this kind of bronzy look with this palette, and I was so intrigued by it. So I'm kind of just wanting to do a bronzy look, not at all like the same look that she did, but just kind of want to play with the browns or the non-greens. I mean, we might throw a green in there. You never know what will happen as I go. Look how easy this is blending out. This blends out better than some of my high-end eyeshadows. It's insane. It makes me want to try all of the palettes like this now. I think next I'm just going to go ahead and go into this coppery brown shade called Mousse, and then come back and deepen up the outer corner and a little bit into the crease later. I have had such beautiful luck with this palette. I cannot wait to do a 3 Looks 1 palette. And I know I've been a little MIA lately, and because I love you guys, and because I'm always honest with you guys. Not that I have to share my personal life with you, because I don't, and I don't feel obligated to share my personal life with you. But I've just been struggling a little bit, to be honest, with depression and really high anxiety, and, you know, that happened. I think I'm going to try this shade called California right here. It's kind of a yellowy, greeny gold. Anyhow, the reason I'm bringing it up is because I think it's really important. And I don't mean that everybody should share about their personal life or their mental health or anything like that. I just think it's important for those of us who feel inspired to or moved to or what have you, to, especially on this platform, just share that, you know, you struggle. Everybody struggles. Not everybody suffers from depression, but everybody has, you know, times where they struggle. And I've been having a time where I'm just struggling. Sometimes it's major life circumstances that cause it, and sometimes it's just nothing. I mean, that's the nature of the beast, you know, insofar as I experience my depression anyways. Everybody is different. There's some days where I'm just like, I can't. I just can't. And, you know, sometimes, unfortunately, when, you know, you have stuff going on, you're struggling or whatever, you kind of have to pick and choose, you know, what's going to take precedent or priority in that day, in that time. And for me, that's always going to be my children. It is always going to be self-care. Self-care is really important, and for me, part of that is makeup. Makeup is one of those things that really does help me get out of a funk. And if YouTube or watching YouTube or doing your makeup or whatever is the thing that has to be let go for that day or for that time or whatever, you know, I think that's totally okay. And I just want to encourage you, you know, if you're having a time in your life right now, it's okay. Let something go, even if it has to be a visit with a friend, or the dishes, or the lawn doesn't get mowed, or whatever the case. I think when you're struggling, it's just super important to take care of yourself. And, you know, if you have children that you have to take care of, or whatever, you know, pets obviously take precedent. But if you have stuff going on, it's okay to push some things off till tomorrow or till later on, whatever they will be, you know, may be, whatever is going to help you in that situation to take better care of yourself and focus on getting back to a mentally healthy place. I'm going to go into this shade right here, which is called Haas. It's a very, very deep green. I'm going to tap this on the outer V, and then I'm going to bring it up ever so slightly into the crease. I'm just using really light pressure and really small blending brush. And I think this eye look got carried away in a hurry, didn't it? Didn't know I was going to do the smoky eye today. Lord knows I'm just going to be cleaning blinds after this. Time for me to pop off, do a little blending, liner, and mascara, and then I will come back and talk about those products, and we will do a lip. I have no idea what's going on with my hair right now, so we'll just have to deal with it. Anyhow, I finished off the look with an army green eyeliner in the tight line and a nude colored eyeliner in the waterline. And then new to me is the Hourglass Caution Extreme Lash Mascara. If I'm being honest, this is not my favorite mascara whatsoever. Nothing wrong with the brush other than I don't tend to prefer wands with silicone bristles, which this does. The formula is fine. I don't know, I just tend to like immediately have spidery eyelashes, kind of like the It Cosmetic superhero acted with my eyelashes. I don't love that. I like length and darkening. If I get volume, cool, but no spidery lashes, no clumpy lashes. So I don't know how much longer I'll be using this. I keep thinking maybe it's one of those that gets better with age. So, for lips, I've got a couple new ones. Couple of promos. I got the NARS lipstick in it looks like it says Tolida. I don't know. I'll put it on the screen. This is a satin formula. Looks like this. And I've never tried this type or this formula of a lipstick from NARS before, so I'm excited to try that. And then I got a Bare Minerals Gin Nude Liquid Lipstick in the shade Everything. And then a Jessica Braun made me buy it product is the L'Oreal Liquid Lipstick. I'm not for sure what they actually call it. And this is in the shade I Choose. I think, and I may make a fool of myself right here and now, but I think I may have found a shade dupe or something similar to the Marc Jacobs Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Let's try it. Alright, I'm going to swatch it for you guys. So here's what Kiss Kiss Bang Bang looks like. You guys, it's such a pretty color, but it's so expensive. I don't know that I recommend you go out and get it. I just love the color. And then L'Oreal's I Choose, oh, I don't know, but I mean, pretty darn close. Enough, I think, that you wouldn't really be able to tell the difference on the lips, and this is in a long-lasting formula. Look at this doe foot, though. It's very flat and paddle-like, but thin and pointy and slanted. Loving it. So weird. It's a really good smell. And it feels cool, almost like gel-like, very thin when you put it on. So this is the final look for my new product, Get Ready With Me. I hope you guys enjoy these types of videos. If you do, you can give this one a thumbs up. And thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. I hope you guys got ready with me too if you wanted, and if you did, let me know down in the comments, as well as what is something new to your collection this month. I'd like to try and do these videos monthly. It may not always be close to a full face, but I just like sort of giving my first impressions in these ways, but I like doing a bunch of products in one video. Again, thank you so much for spending part of your day with me here today, and I hope all of your makeup days are absolutely beautiful new makeup days, and I will see you in my next video soon.